Good morning, snowy Colorado. After a really frigid night last night, I think I had temperature readings of maybe -12. Everything went well. The camper stayed warm. I turned the thermostat down to about 55 at night, but it stayed plenty warm. I'm running my propane furnace in the camper, and I'm also running a little Mr. Buddy propane heater in there right now. But I'm getting some really good solar production right now. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire up the generator and I'm gonna test it to make sure that it works after a really cold night and make sure the batteries are fully charged, just in case. And I'm also gonna move the camper from the 15 kilowatt battery system over to the 30 kilowatt battery system because it's fully charged. And I'm gonna go ahead and run an electric heater in the house today because I'm generating plenty of solar power to run an electric heater, and that the battery bank is completely full. So I'm just gonna be wasting solar energy if I don't use it. So come along with me here and we'll go ahead and check the generator, and I'll show you how I switch the camper from one battery bank to the other. Look at this beautiful view. You can see for miles. All right, so here's the Champion 8.5 kilowatt whole home generator that's hooked to the propane tank over there. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. I'm gonna open up both sides and get some of the snow off of here. And there's the batteries. And I also have a little 24 volt battery charger stuck down there to keep these batteries charged so I don't need them dead if I actually need this thing. So let's go ahead and turn on the main breaker and flip it over to manual. So it fired right up, and I'm gonna let it run for maybe an hour. I might as well go ahead and hook up my battery chargers and use that energy and make sure everything's working correctly. So over here on the back side of the storage containers are my electrical boxes. This box right here is ran off of my DIY 24 volt batteries. This runs most of my internet equipment, my router, my Wi-Fi that's up there. But I also could plug whatever into this that I need to. And then this right here is my main battery system. This is the 30 kilowatt battery that's hooked to that 3000 watt grow watt inverter. And then this right here is the electrical box that comes from the 5000 watt grow watt and has the 15 kilowatt battery. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug this from that system and let that system charge up with no load on it, and I'm gonna plug it in here. All right, so I'm back into the solar Connex and storage container, and this is the grow watt, the 3000 watt grow watt inverter that's hooked to the big battery bank, the 30 kilowatt battery bank. And let's see if you guys can see this. So you can see that thing's 94% charged because I ran off of the 15 kilowatt system all night. So this thing's pretty much fully charged, and I'm gonna run an electric heater, like a 1500 watt electric heater inside the camper for a while off of this. And this is the 5000 watt grow watt inverter. And my camper ran it all night long, and as you can see, the state of charge is 73%, and it is charging. It's getting about 15 amps into the batteries, which is decent. Not great, but decent. I don't have a lot of solar panels hooked to this one yet. As soon as I finish the roof over this storage container, I'm gonna hook up a bunch more of those used panels. But there's the breaker box, and there is the transformer that gives me 120, even though this is a 240 inverter. So I'm gonna go in the house and turn on an electric heater and save some propane. And while the generator's running, I might as well use some power instead of just wasting propane. So what I have here is I have this 25 amp 48 volt charger that's plugged in to that electrical box for the generator, and I have it hooked. You can see the alligator clips to the positive and negative bus bars. So I'm supplementing the solar power that's going into this battery with some power coming off the generator. And I'm gonna go ahead and also plug in this 24 volt charger and charge my 24 volt system. The other thing I like about these chargers is I can take power from one system. So let's say that the 15 kilowatt backup system is completely full, and that the 30 kilowatt system needs power, or that my DIY 24 volt system needs power. I can plug these AC chargers in and basically use these batteries to move power from one system to another, depending on which system needs it. I've got them pretty well balanced out, and quite frankly, I'm not using near the power that I'm producing or storing, but we'll see what happens when we get 3 or 4 days of cold winter weather. So they're kind of like solar generators. Boom, I can plug them in and I can move power from one to the other. And yes, one of my projects is going to be to clean up all this wiring. So I put the 24 volt battery charger on this pair. What this generator requires is 2 of these, I think they're lawnmower batteries. They're 12 volt batteries, but the generator requires 24 volts. So these 2 12 volt batteries are hooked together in series. When you hook batteries together in series, you double the voltage. When you hook them together in parallel, you increase the amperage. So I'm going to charge this battery for a while, and this battery is charging off of one of these solar systems. So my 24 volt DIY system controls this box right here, and I'm getting plenty of solar power in. So I'm going to use some of my solar power to make sure that battery in the generator is completely topped up. So now I'm inside the camper, and I'm going to turn this Mr. Buddy propane heater off. This is just supplemental heat. The camper has a propane furnace that I actually just spent $700 putting a new blower motor and doing some improvements to it. But I'm going to switch this electric infrared heater on and save some propane, since I'm generating plenty of solar power. And I'll show you quickly here how that spikes out the inverter on the computer. So I got it set at 65. What this heater will do is it'll run in this eco mode. It'll run 1500 full power until it gets up to where you set the thermostat to, and then it'll start running in its economy mode. It's definitely not economical any way you look at it. It's well over 1,000 watts. All right, now that I'm running off of an electric heater, I'm going to shoot a separate video and show you guys the grow watt interface on my computer that's controlled through the Wi-Fi adapter. So if you want to see exactly the loads on the inverter and compare that to the solar energy I'm getting in. I'm going to shoot a separate video, and show you guys that. So thanks a lot, and please subscribe to the channel if you like it.